guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I am Cepeda, and on this channel we speak about spirituality, personal development, soul growth, the law of attraction, and so much more. So today's day 4 of my self-love challenge, and today we're going to be speaking on the importance of forgiveness. So often when people hurt us, we tend to hold on to these feelings of anger and resentment and sadness and frustration, guilt, whatever it may be. And what we don't realize is that when we hold on to these feelings and we don't forgive, we're actually keeping ourselves stuck and stagnant. I feel your pain from relationships where you felt unappreciated because I've been there. I understand what it's like to face your past and face your traumas from childhood because I've done it. I understand what it's like to be feeling like you're stuck in fear mode because I've also been there. So you are not alone with these feelings. But what we have to realize is that we cannot let our past dictate our future. And many of us do that. Many of us hold on to these past experiences, and instead of creating an empowering story from them and moving on and getting on to today, pretty much, we're still thinking about what happens, whether it's 4 weeks ago, 4 months ago, 4 years ago, however long it may be. And when you're doing this, you are giving someone else your power. You're no longer in control. And what we have to realize is that life is happening for us, not to us. Everything that happens is for a reason. And so when you start looking at it that way, it becomes a lot easier to forgive. All of these things that are put on your path are to show you how far you've come. It's to show you some lessons. You know, I used to be extremely insecure and I let people walk all over me. I'm a completely different person today, let's just say. But what I realized is that I failed to set healthy boundaries. And because I failed to do that, it was getting me into toxic situations. And so what I want you guys to do is to forgive. Forgive not for the other person, but you have to forgive for yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive the other person so that you can be set free, because we have these stories running in the back of our mind of, oh, this person did this to me and I'm so angry. But what you don't realize is that that's keeping you in a low vibration. We are here to love one another. We are here to spread unconditional love. We're not here to be fighting. We're not here to be battling. We're not here for that. And whenever a negative situation arises in your life, think of, okay, what is this here to teach me? When you start looking at everything in that way, life becomes so much easier, and you're able to start getting into alignment with the things that you want. It's like this push and pull every single time you decide to let someone else control the way that you feel. Holding on to these feelings of resentment is the reason to why we feel like we're not worthy. It's the reason to why we feel like we're not enough. It's the reason to why we feel like we're undeserving. It's the reason to why we become our own worst enemy. And so you have zero control over the past. You have zero control over what people have done to you. However, what you do have control over is this present moment and what you choose to do with it. And you can either choose to continue to hold on and keep letting it affect your life, or you can choose to let go. I think it is truly important to start living life, to let go, so that we can start living life in alignment with the things that are meant for us, with the things that we so much deserve. What I want you guys to do is I'd like for you guys to create a list of everyone who's hurt you in the past. There's no such thing as too big of a list or too small of a list. Anyone who's made you feel little, anyone who's made you feel unlovable, anyone who's made you feel like you're not enough, anyone who's hurt you, write it in your journal. And then what I want you to do is I want you to reflect on each person. And I want you to think of how holding on to this anger and this resentment, what it has cost you. For me, it cost me building new relationships. It cost me trusting new people. And so what is that? Has it cost you? Has it cost you jobs? Has it cost you relationships? Write it down. Then what I want you to do is I want you to write down what you have gained from holding on to these feelings and how it has helped you. And I am almost 100% sure that you will not be able to come up with anything. And after that, what I want you to do is I want you to go down this list and I want you to say, I forgive blank for blank. And then say, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. And what you're doing is you're saying, I'm sorry to yourself for holding on to those feelings. You're saying thank you to the person for just having that, getting that lesson into your life. And you're saying I love you to yourself because you're deserving of so much more. And after you're done with that, I want you to pick one person who's hurt you the most. And I want you to write them a letter of forgiveness. And I want you to envision a younger version of themselves. And I want you to think of what situation they could have gone through in their life that made them treat you the way they treated you. And I'm almost certain that you'll be able to find compassion with them because, you know, I've hurt people myself. I'm not perfect. I know I've hurt people because hurt people hurt people. And so that's why it is so important for us to heal, for us to keep evolving, for us to keep growing. This is a form of growth. Because the minute that we begin to heal, that's when we stop hurting other people. I think that forgiveness is so important. So practice forgiveness, please. Look for it every single morning. Every single morning, pick a new person to forgive. Once you can find it within you to forgive someone who's truly hurt you, you are setting yourself free. Forgive that person who cut you in line. Forgive that person who hurt your feelings. Forgive that person who broke your heart. Forgiveness is extremely powerful, believe it or not. And just remember that when you forgive, you start to heal and you start to truly free yourself in order to start living. Because a lot of these experiences that we've gone through in our life are holding us back. And try to have compassion for that person. At the end of that letter that you write to them, envision yourself giving them a hug and truly forgiving them for treating you however they treated you. And once you do that, a weight will be lifted off your shoulders. Don't let anyone have that much control over your emotions. Start taking power of your life. I love you guys. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.